I'm here for the baseball field. I said, not like these things, so I can not be a bet. I mean, we have played the field. I coached baseball for Union Dairy for 10 years. Right now, for the high school baseball season short. The boys still like to play. And if the party here, we don't have to feel until this. I should come here to ask you, do you get the field? The normal season start after Memorial Weekend, so you have the time. But I should shut up to ask you if you use the field.
So, you must have talked to Mr. Spear about it, cause he had brought it to me. So the hurdles that we have left to do, where we're at with the park right now, is, one, we need to finish the ADA approved
Yeah.
walkway. Two, and it's on the agenda tonight, we need to get an ambulance gate, so that an ambulance can enter on the field. The park wasn't designed for that fencing to have a gate to get an emergency service onto the field if needed, so we're doing that tonight. Then we have to, we're working with the insurance company to get the additions to the field insured. The pitcher's mounts, things that can be stolen, damaged, you know, it's already got insurance for liability, but we have to add on all of the improvements onto the insurance. And then we'd have to get a contract with your league. Copy of the insurance and something written up from the solicitor's office to, one of the other hurdles we have is the concession stand has already been rented for a lot of May and June for graduation parties. And how can we configure that? And that was one of the other hurdles. Graza is using it in 2 weekends in April, but it was before anybody had wanted to rent it for a graduation party. But now we have this hurdle of how do you have people for a graduation party at the same time as a ball
Right.
game?
Right?
Next year, we're gonna have to consider that, whether or not we only wanna rent out Alrama Pavilion and Park for graduation parties, cause baseball is kinda at the weekends and the same time.
I said about, so I'm all worried about the biggest question you have for 60 field. If the gate is closed, you park up top. So we walk out, I said. It's the only thing the boys like to play.
Absolutely,
Good.
and you know, once you got a field, gotta get them playing. We just were, you know, how do you have two things happen in there at once? And that's where, and getting the league to do an agreement with the solicitor's office and I think is that everywhere we're at with that? Like, is that all the different hurdles?
You have a schedule, Dave?
Not that, that's why I need to find out, so I can contact, name Joe, he's the president for South Hill League. Last year, we had a 2017, but I'm not sure about this year, they need to know by April, 8th of April. So, actually came here early, make sure, I have to tell the kids, if you have to feel, they're gonna stack up, for the music there, for the shorts, uniform, other stuff.
Now, the other thing that may be of interest to you, I don't know where you practice. The practices aren't generally on the Saturdays that are being rented out for parties, so I didn't know if there would be any interest in that as well, but that's the hurdles we have, is how do you have two things at one time? And if everybody can't access the field, then nobody can access the field. So unless it's available to everybody, ADA included, we just felt like there's no way we could possibly have games there and exclude people that need a walkway to get there.
Okay.
But we have a few button items to do, bleachers, a gate, a walkway.
Yeah, we're gonna hopefully approve the ADA handrail and all those things that we need. Depending on the Conservation District of Washington County, we get the green light, which we've been communicating with. The delivery of the handrail is gonna be 8 weeks. Okay, so if it happens automatically in the next couple of days, you'll probably have the park, we should be done completely with construction items for the conservation district, the ADA handbook, the concrete work, et cetera, by around the 1st of June. And if that fits in with your schedule, then that's a conversation you can have with
And
us.
Yeah.
You know.
Does your schedule go past then? Does your schedule go past June, like June 1st? Does it go past? I had girls that
You
didn't
play all
so-
summer long in that league, Dave? Baseball?
They got,
You play baseball all summer long?
no, for age code leader, plus 16, 15, 16 years old. They season start when school starts.
Okay,
So,
that's
well,
June.
I heard the baseball season starts after Memorial Weekend.
Okay.
So, we
If-
use them, on middle school for the passes, but we hit the game field.
So, if it coincides with, I mean, I don't know how many June rentals we have. But, I mean, if there was some sort of assurance that that could be done and his league could play, we could stop making reservations for that park
Yeah.
at that time.
But that same
But
time
the
frame.
the ones that are already in place, it's like, you know, you can't,
We don't know how many games, I don't know how many teams will be this year. Last year, we played 17, we had 13 games, 7 home, 7 away, plus playoff. But this year, I don't know how many teams, they get older.
I-
So,
I would kinda suggest that if this is something I would get your league information and stuff to the township so that, you know, preemptively, maybe we can have the solicitor draw up some sort of contract and stuff, because if we wait any longer, we'll continue to rent the park. You'll also be ready to play and we'll be drawing up an agreement that we have to vote on at the next meeting, like, it'll have to go, we'll have to like, cross our fingers, hope for the best, and plan on it, like maybe get an agreement readily made that if it's gonna happen, we can act.
if you approve of the field, maybe I can tell the special, push back home game, we started away game till June, July. We do that for after $5. The stop field, legal, that works.
That's right.
So
So,
if you can send me an email with like your league's information, you know, and then I can pass it on to the solicitor, and maybe we start kinda drawing something up.
Yeah, include the schedule to Michelle also.
okay,
You guys agree to be, we're having the solicitor vote on that?
Hey, Michelle, I think a lot of these teams play during the week, not as much on the weekends. Am I right, Dave?
Yeah.
Do they play weekdays as well as weekends?
well, we normally play through the week. Last year, we had normally had game Monday, Wednesday, sometimes Friday, depends the weather. If
Okay.
it's way out, they recess it the next day, depends,
They could probably work around your rentals.
So,
Yeah.
get your information to me,
okay?
that's my husband there, he can give you my email address for the township. And he can give you my email address for the township, and then we'll get started, so that as soon as that walkway is done and that gate's done for, you could see the need, like, if a child got hurt, we need a way to get on, for emergency services to get onto the field.
Okay,
And that's what our holdups are. When he was saying the, conservation district, so adding the walkway is adding impervious surface, so the permit needs changed. It's just, you know, gloppity glop, but it has to be done.
Is that Colt
What?
League?
Red tape.
What the league? Colt?
coach,
Colt?
totally, the
Okay.
15, 16-year-old. I'm not sure with the last time, you feel like a coach team for a long time.
We have to, the contractor has a pitcher's mound in his contract. But it's not to the degree of sophistication or height requirements that Colt League needs, and TJ and I've discussed it, and I gotta bring it to the board. We may have to go with an alternative plan and get a credit back from him, so we can use his money to buy the proper thing. Okay, so we'll get that fished out. in the
When
next-
the contract was signed, it was for a specific pitcher's mound. but allowing an alternative. We're now finding, they wanna go with the alternative, which is a lot less money, but it's in the contract they can, but we're finding out that that alternative may not suit a lot of the, so Larry's idea was to have the contractor just take it off the bill altogether. We'll get a pitcher's mound that, you know, after talking to teams like yourself on what
Right.
do you need, just take it off the contract, just pay them, be done with it, and we get the pitcher's mound, you know.
So, should I tell the board to start up? We have a month to go.
I think we can work around the rentals that we exist.
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, he's saying June,
Yeah,
so
and soccer's
stay
done, I
June
think, the
and,
first
and
part
some
of June.
weekdays, so I mean, I don't know what we have rented in June. I say, you know, get your contact information, I will, tomorrow, Diana
Okay,
can let you know what it's rented in June. We can start on that agreement, start getting your, insurance and and we're really at the mercy of the DEP on the walkway permit.
okay, look it up.
Mhm.
So, and be a month of the board, when you're gonna sign up, then, I don't know.
I wanna be ready to vote on your contract in 2 weeks at the next meeting. For this to happen, that's what we're gonna need to do. It's gonna be a lot of paperwork, and we're gonna have to be able to vote on your contract at the next meeting. For it to happen in a month, it's really gonna happen in 2 weeks, right? Right?
Yeah, that'll be out of the way, and the other's just getting finished with the handrail and some miscellaneous stuff, Dave. I think June's realistic. The fabricator said 8 weeks, and if we do it tonight, I'll call him tomorrow, give him the order, he'll get the stuff there.
So he can, so I have to, hey, you go up and on the pier, we have a lot of extra about the other pier.
Okay,
We have to pitch it out and buy.
you gonna bring that to this park up here if we give you a place to store?
That,
All the equipment, the pitcher's mound and that, you gonna reuse that, or do you wanna, or does that gotta stay where it's at?
Yeah. I get active, if you use it, equipment to that pier, we have a lot of extra.
Yeah, well, we're talking about ours, the same way. Okay,
We have, pitch it out with the tape, we
Yeah.
care,
Portable.
we can't have dirt, pitch it out, because we play softball, it has to be flat. So that's why we have, tape, pitch it out.
yeah, that's the same thing we're looking at. The elevation is comparable, it's required by Colt League. It's removable.
Yeah.
Take a few guys and move, weighs about 200 pounds. And we're also gonna look for a facility to store the stuff in, so it doesn't walk away. And we may need some help on the brakes and all that stuff you need for grooming. And who's gonna groom it, who isn't gonna groom it, that type of deal, so.
And I know 2 weeks sounds like a lot of time, but you got Easter. You got offices closed on certain days for Easter, so like, anything you can get us started with, because it, you know.
Okay, that's all.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Dave.
Thank you.